The trees surrounding Ravenswood Manor seemed to twist and writhe in the flickering moonlight, as if warning of the darkness that lurked within. Retired spy Jack Harris stood at the edge of the driveway, his eyes fixed on the mansion's imposing facade. He had been summoned by his old friend and ally, Rachel Lee, for a matter of utmost urgency. The cryptic message had been brief, but the gravity of her tone was unmistakable. Jack's instincts screamed at him to be cautious, but his trust in Rachel had never wavered, until now. As he stepped into the foyer, a chill ran down his spine. The air inside was heavy with the scent of decay and rot. Rachel greeted him with a strained smile, her eyes darting nervously around the room. "Jack, thank God you're here. I've been waiting for what feels like an eternity." Her voice trembled, and for a moment, Jack thought he saw a glimmer of the old Rachel, the one he had trusted with his life. But it was just a fleeting illusion. With a sudden movement, she reached into her pocket and produced a small pistol, its barrel trained squarely on Jack's chest. "Rachel, what the?" Jack's words trailed off as he realized the truth. His friend, his ally, had been playing him all along. The betrayal cut deep, but Jack's training kicked in, and he slowly raised his hands in surrender. "Why, Rachel, what's going on?" The question hung in the air, unanswered, as Rachel's eyes seemed to bore into his very soul. With a jerk of her head, she motioned for Jack to follow her. They navigated the labyrinthine corridors, the shadows cast by the flickering candles making it seem as though they were being stalked by unseen entities. They finally stopped at a door hidden behind a tattered tapestry. Rachel pushed it open, revealing a room filled with ancient artifacts and dusty tomes. In the center of the room, a large, leather-bound book lay open on a pedestal, its pages fluttering as if stirred by an invisible breeze. "This is the Chronicle of the Ancients," Rachel whispered, her voice barely audible over the creaking of the old wooden floorboards. "It holds the secrets of our past, and the key to our future. But it also speaks of a prophecy, one that foretells the downfall of our organization, and the destruction of everything we hold dear." Her eyes locked onto Jack's, and for a moment, he thought he saw a glimmer of the old Rachel, the one he had trusted. "I've been trying to prevent it, Jack, but I need your help." As Jack's eyes scanned the pages, a name leapt out at him, his own. The prophecy spoke of a retired spy, one who would unwittingly bring about the downfall of the organization. Jack's mind reeled as the truth dawned on him. He was the key to the prophecy, and Rachel had been using him all along. The betrayal cut deep, but Jack's anger was tempered by a deeper sorrow. He realized that Rachel had been driven by desperation, and a desire to protect the only family she had ever known. The sound of footsteps echoed through the hallway, growing louder with each passing moment. Rachel's eyes darted towards the door, and for a moment, Jack thought he saw a glimmer of fear. "It's too late," she whispered. "The prophecy is already in motion. We have to get out of here now." But Jack stood frozen, his eyes fixed on the pages of the Chronicle. He had to know the truth, no matter how devastating it might be. As the door burst open, a figure loomed in the doorway, its features shrouded in shadows. Jack's heart sank as he realized that he was staring into the face of his own son, Alex, a young man he had thought was dead. The truth hit him like a ton of bricks. Rachel had been hiding Alex all along, using him as leverage to control Jack. The room seemed to spin around him as he stumbled forward, his eyes locked onto his son's. The reunion was awkward, to say the least. Alex was wary, unsure of the man who stood before him. Jack, on the other hand, was overwhelmed with emotion. He had thought he had lost his son forever, and now, he had a second chance. As they stood there, the tension between them slowly dissipated, replaced by a sense of acceptance. Jack realized that he had been given a rare gift, a chance to make amends, to heal old wounds. As they turned to leave, Jack caught Rachel's eye. For a moment, They just stared at each other, the weight of their shared history hanging in the air. And then, in a movement that was almost imperceptible, Rachel nodded. It was a small gesture, but it spoke volumes. Jack knew that she had finally found peace, and that she was ready to let go of the past together. The three of them walked out of Ravenswood Manor, into a future filled with uncertainty, but also hope.